Good morning, I'm Don and this is Chris, and welcome to Home Maintenance Monday. And today, I'm not sure what we're talking about. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about windows.
Windows.
Yeah, everything about windows. Why should you get your windows washed? What kinds of windows are there? How do you repair them? What should you look for? What goes wrong with them?
Take it away.
So on and so forth. How about the easy one? Why do you get your windows washed?
The see-through.
To see. Well, you want to be clean. You want to look through it and say, "Wow, that's a nice piece of clear, crystal clear glass right there." But I think there's some other reasons to get your windows washed. Hard water spots. You know, if there's things that get on the glass and are left on the glass, the longer they're on there, the more they can etch the glass. You have your house washed, and people use harsh chemicals, and that sits on the glass. It'll etch the glass over time. You know, hard rain eventually might rinse it off, but you don't want to leave it sitting on there. And that's exactly the reason when we wash a house, we spend more time rinsing the windows than anything else in the house. And you know, tap water will still leave a little bit of water spotting because it's not perfectly pure water. But you know, if you do have your house washed and they use harsh chemicals, don't rinse well enough, and you see all that soaps come on the windows, you want to get that off there. So hard water spots. Other things can do it too, like your well water. If you have well water and your sprinkler keeps hitting one window, you can pretty much guarantee there's going to be hard water spots on that eventually. And just washing them doesn't necessarily take those off. Once those water spots get bad, there's more of a hard water spot restoration that has to be done to it. It's almost like a cutting and polishing of the window, like you might on a car finish that's starting to oxidize and things like that. So lets you keep them in better shape, and it lets you see through them nice and clear. Lets you see if there's anything wrong with them. You start to get the foggy panes, you know, broken seals.
Mm-hmm.
You might not ever know it if you don't
Clean the windows.
Yeah, you might just think it's dirty. So, and those too, if they're not so bad, there's companies out there that can repair them. If you let it go really far, where it gets a lot of moisture in between there, it's not just foggy, but you're starting to see condensation. Now you really can't repair them.
You replace the
You
windows.
gotta replace it. So, lots of reasons to get them cleaned besides just looking nice, so to speak.
They sure do look good. If you're
Oh,
used
yeah,
to
that too.
having dirty windows in your house, get your windows clean and say, oh my goodness.
And another reason, actually, if you're selling your house,
Oh,
or maybe you're having a dinner party or something, the cleaning your windows, it's actually proven that it lets in more natural light,
oh, there's no question about that.
and the inside of the house looks
Mhm.
10 times better. So
Yep.
if you're selling your house, that's a big thing. Plus, you can look out and see that nice green yard and not.
Well, you know what? It's one of those things that the windows gradually get dirty.
You don't notice it.
And we get used to it as we live in the house. And until you get them clean, you say, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
we've been living with that all this
Yeah.
time.
So they look good,
Mhm.
you know. They look good. You protect the integrity of the glass, so on and so forth. But types of windows, that kind of affects cleaning too. Cleaning schedule. So you have modern windows are double pane windows, right?
Yeah.
So they're meant to insulate. Within that, you have divided light windows. So you have those little grids that are in there. You have double hung, single hung, so the top and bottom slide, just the bottom slides. You've got transom windows, side lights that go above and beside things. You've got casement windows. Sometimes they crank out, you know, your little thing, and they open up. So, and those all have kind of different cleaning needs too. So, you know, it's a little tougher to clean a TDL window, divided light window, than just one big piece of glass.
Yeah.
So that might be something that honestly you clean more regularly, so it doesn't get as dirty. The little grids don't get as much buildup in them, so you clean them more often. So
instead of cleaning one big window, you might be cleaning 6 or 8 little ones.
it's kind of like cleaning 8 little windows.
Yeah.
But the worse they get, the tougher it is to clean them. And on that note, as you're cleaning them too, you can kind of see the finish, how the finish is on them. If you're cleaning the window and you can see a bunch of it almost looks like a white powdery stuff. You're dragging it across the glass. That's because the finish on the outside is starting to oxidize. So there's a lot you can tell from cleaning your windows. Got storm windows. Those are tricky, right? And something we see a lot of times with storm windows is if they're never cleaned, a lot of times it means they're never opened. So, and you can't get them open. So that's kind of step number one to cleaning a storm window, is make sure you can even open them all. And then storm windows, they're not quite as tight as, you've got an older single pane window inside and then you've got that little single pane storm window outside, so they're just not as tight as a newer window, and you get spiders and dirt, dust in between them. So that's and the sill starts to build up stuff. If you get any moisture in there, now you've got this muddy mess. It can start to turn into rot in the sills. So you're kind of avoiding potential problems in that way if you keep your storm windows cleaned out. So clean them, and we've got many different types, obviously. How about replacement? When they get
I'm thinking that may be another one.
That might be another day.
That may be another day, because we try to keep these to a certain thing. I will say that.
Talk about windows for too long.
Yeah, windows, and there you go though. See, people think it's a window, and there's so much more to it. But I will say that I know very little about cleaning windows, but I do know that a window that's not cleaned properly is almost worse than one that wasn't cleaned at all.
Yeah,
with
too harsh a
streaks
cleaner
and stuff all over.
I guess, in summary, cleaning them properly is important. And
that's really what all this will pertain to.
And cleaning them, period, is important because it lets you know the condition of the window, the glass, the trim around it. As you're cleaning the sill, you might see some wood rot. Wood rot pointed out. So it's whether you may think so or not, or may have seen the results of it or not, it's an integral part of maintaining the outside of your home.
Yeah. So that's today.
Windows. If you have any questions, as always, email them to us. Give us a call in the office. It's 919-388-2204, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot.